Now, coming up on July 14th, Peaceful Streets Project is holding an all-day summit in which they will be handing out video cameras to those citizens wanting to record police activity.
Buehler says the project has already raised more than $10,000 for the cameras. A man charged after snapping pictures during an arrest involving Austin police will have his case heard by the Citizen Review Panel. Police say Antonio Buehler interfered with their work earlier this year. He says he was stopping cops from abusing their power. An internal investigation cleared the officers of doing anything wrong. Juan Sebastian Robertson explains why Buehler is challenging that.
On January 1st, Antonio Buehler's life changed.
This has opened the eyes of a lot of people who previously thought that police abuse wasn't a problem.
Early New Year's Day, Buehler says he saw a male police officer manhandling a woman, so he started taking pictures. Austin police say he interfered with their work during a routine traffic stop and claim he spit on an officer. Now Buehler is facing charges of harassment of a public servant and resisting arrest.
And if I wasn't a West Point, Stanford graduate, war veteran who's never been arrested, never had a drug offense, never done anything wrong, and wasn't black or Hispanic on that night, my life would have been destroyed.
Monday, Buehler took his case to the Citizens Review Panel. The group of volunteers are tasked with reviewing APD's internal investigations. Buehler wants to see the officers fired and charged and wants to see a new independent investigation. While Austin Police Association President Wayne Vincent wouldn't comment on the specifics of the case, he did say there's nothing wrong with taking pictures.
No police officer has a problem with being filmed. We film ourselves all the time. The key question in this thing is, when does it start to becoming an interference? If you become part of what an officer is doing while you're filming, then you're not just standing back and filming.
The panel will ultimately make a recommendation to the Austin Police Chief. In the meantime, Buehler is preparing for his own legal battle.
We know that we've been trying to get the grand jury to convene for a while because it's a felony. It has to go to grand jury to get an indictment. We look forward to it.
At City Hall, Sebastian Robertson, YNN.
Buehler says he'll attend tomorrow's Occupy Your Capitol event at the state capitol and talk about his Peaceful Streets project. That includes handing out video cameras to trained activists for the purposes of recording police activity. Buehler says the project has already raised more than $10,000 for the cameras.
A man who claims he is the victim of police brutality is trying to educate citizens on their rights when it comes to interactions with police. This, as a Citizen Review Panel takes a very close look at his complaints against APD. Fox 7's Lauren Petrowski is live at APD headquarters with more on this one. Lauren.
Well, it has been 6 months since that man, Antonio Buehler, had a run-in with police in which he claims they used excessive force. Police say Buehler was in the wrong, and since then, Buehler has tried to make it his goal to educate people about their rights.
Probable cause is the higher level.
On the steps of the Austin Police headquarters, this group of citizens is learning about their rights when it comes to those men and women in uniform.
They were interested in knowing more about what their rights were when a police officer talks to you, and they're not sure if you're being arrested, or you're not sure if you're being detained, you're not sure if you have the right to refuse to allow them to search you, things like that.
Brian McGivern with the Texas Civil Rights Project was asked to speak at this Know Your Rights training session organized by the Peaceful Streets Project.
Peaceful Streets Project is not just me, it's a grassroots organization of community-minded people who are trying to combat the violence that's currently endemic in our society.
Antonio Buehler had a run-in with Austin police early on the morning of January 1st when he started taking pictures of what he says was two officers being rough with a woman during a DWI stop. The officer told Buehler he was interfering, and according to police, he spit in an officer's face. Buehler says that's not true and believes the video shot by a witness across the street proves it.
The crimes that they accuse me and the female passenger of are not supported by any of the evidence.
But an internal affairs investigation found that police were not in the wrong. Monday, Buehler spoke in front of the Office of the Police Monitor's Citizen Review Panel about his case.
The fact that the internal affairs could come back and say police broke no policy and they've done nothing wrong is it's absurd on its face.
In addition to trying to educate people about their rights, the Peaceful Streets Project will also encourage citizens to record police activity, something Assistant Chief David Carter has told Fox 7 APD is okay with.
I think if people want to film the interaction between the officer, that's fine. All we would ask is to keep a reasonable distance.
Now, the Citizen Review Panel can make policy change recommendations to APD. We don't know yet at this point if they will make any recommendations to the police. Buehler has been charged with a felony and misdemeanor and is currently awaiting trial. Now, coming up on July 14th, Peaceful Streets Project is holding an all-day summit in which they will be handing out video cameras to those citizens wanting to record police activity. Back to you.